Alright, hello. In this video, I'm going to go over how to add sound to a Java project, and I think this is probably going to be the easiest way to do it. So I have some code here for you that'll help you. Basically, you can copy and paste, and we'll kind of talk about what the code does a little bit, but you just have to copy and paste it and modify it a little bit. So I'm going to go all the way from scratch. So I'm going to do, in Eclipse here, I have a new package. I call it the easiest sound code, but you can call it whatever you want. And I'm going to do a new and then other. And I'm going to build a JFrame. So you can obviously add into an existing JFrame if you already have a project too, that's just fine. And then I'm going to name it, I don't know, whatever, sound example, blah, 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 blah. All right, it's just taking a moment here. Okay, so I'm going to click on my design tab, and I'm basically just going to make a button that triggers when the sound goes. So you can have the sound go at the start of your program. You can have it go pretty much whenever you want, but I'm going to do it based on a button click. That's going to be the event that triggers the sound. Okay, so here's my little frame. I'm going to change it to absolute layout for my content pane. And then I'm going to have a button, and then it's going to do play sound or something. So I'm going to do play sound. Okay, and then I'm going to call it button sound or something like that. Give it a name. Okay, so now I'm just going to double click inside of here. All right, and so this is where I'm going to trigger my sound plane. And all I'm going to do here is call a method. Right, we haven't created the method yet, but I'm just going to call the method from the button. So the code for that is out here. And I'm just going to click on my code, and it's actually at the bottom. So this is how you're going to play it. Is we're going to make a method called play sound, and then you have to put the path to your audio file right there. Okay, so I'm going to go back into my code, call that method, and then I'm actually going to do the audio file right now. So I'm going to steal one from another project here. I actually had one called correct.wave, so I'm just going to copy it and paste it in there, but I'm going to put it in the exact same spot as the .java. So to make this work, I'm going to put it in there. So I'm going to put my sound file right in there next to it, and you can get it from the internet or wherever you get it, but just make sure you put it right there. And then that's what I'm going to call. I'm going to play the sound correct.wave. And I found .wave files work the best. You might be able to get MP3s or something like that to work. So you can certainly try them, but if they don't work, try converting your file to a .wave. There's a lot of websites that'll convert like .mp3 or .mp4 to waves or something like that. So just search for convert from .mp3 to .wave, and you should be able to find a website that'll do it for you. Because I know .waves work. I'm not sure if all the other file extensions work. So anyways, yeah, that's one of the challenges, but .wave is going to probably be the best. Okay, next up is I just need to do the play sound method. So I'm going to go in my code, and I'm going to go outside all of this stuff down here inside of the class, but outside of any method, and I'm just going to get the code from out here. So this is a lot of mumbo jumbo code, but basically it will play the sound is the long and short of it. So I'm going to put it in there, and then here's the path that we're passing in. All right, and then I'm also going to have to import because I have all these things that are kind of goofy here. So I'm going to do Control-Shift-O to import it. And yeah, I'm going to do the basic Java IO input stream, looks like, right? And then it should be okay. I might have to change this actually. So this is math game frame. That's weird. So I'm going to do this this class. So this is sound example. Do that so I can do it actually from here. I think this is just getting the path, and that's so it's going to look at the same spot as sound example. That's where it's going to find this audio clip, right? And then the rest of this code, it's kind of weird, but a thread in this idea of synchronized is you're running two things at once. So your program can still be running while the sound is playing, right? And if you didn't do it with threads, basically the code would hang and you wouldn't be able to do anything until the song stopped playing. So they use something called threads to get around that. And so a thread is just like another process that's running sort of in the background while you're doing the rest of things. So all of this stuff just loads it and plays it. So it opens the clip and then plays it. And then this is if it blows up, it'll give you a message saying it blowed up. And then this is just that start. It starts it playing. So that should be all we need, right? And I know there's a lot of code going on there, but basically just have the button that plays the sound. So let's see if I can get it to go here. So that played the sound correctly. I'm not sure if you heard it there in the video, but it is working. And so that's it, right? It's pretty straightforward. Just copy the code in. I did end up changing here. So that was the name of my file called sound example. And then obviously change the this here to be the name of your .wave, and then make sure your wave is right next to it in your package, and then it should work just fine. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching and good luck.